Hey everyone, welcome back to Sip and Dip with Chelsea. For today's video, I am going to be reviewing a kit from Modelones, and this is one of the colors that I picked to try out. So if you want to watch what I think of this dip powder kit, then just keep watching. So Modelones was kind enough to send me over this cute little kit to try out and review. So I am going to open this up, show you guys the colors, swatch them, and give you my overall thoughts. So for first impressions, I really like this little kit that it comes in. I think the bag is super cute. It's perfect for traveling. You can see, just judging by the size of my hands, it is a very small travel size kit. So I think it'd be great to store some of your tools in, or even if you go on a trip, it'd be awesome to just grab and go. So first up, I'm going to pull out the liquids. So this is their step 3 and they're calling it gel top. And next up is going to be their step 1 and they're calling this their base. So this must be their activator, which is step 2. So this kit does come with 6 colors, and I chose some very neutral colors. I think they're going to be really pretty for fall. I can't wait to swatch these for you guys. It also does come with 2 replacement brushes, so if one of your brushes gets hard, you can change them out. It also does come with a dusting brush, and I think it's super cute. It has little rhinestones on the side, it has this nice little sleeve on it, and it feels very soft but also still firm enough to dust off the powder. I don't like when they are too soft and don't actually dust anything off of my nail, so that feels really good. And here are the instructions inside the little bag. So I'm just going to pull these out and take a peek to see what they say. So it looks like these are just some tips right here on the back side of it, talking about the base dries fast, how to care for your liquids, and other little useful tips. And on the inside of this is their dip powder instructions. And you guys, for the first time ever, they have different instructions than I've ever seen from a dip powder company. So if you want to see what's a little bit different and how it works out, then just keep watching. So let's dive into our 6 colors. So these jars are 0.43 ounces, so just a hair shy of half an ounce. And this first color is number 9, and on Amazon, on their listing, it is called Fight for Yourself, and it's a really pretty brown shade. And all of the jars do have seals on it, so I really love that. It just gives that added little protection, so if anything happens, they're not going to spill out everywhere. So I really love that. And I am going to go on to swatch these so you guys can see all of the gorgeous colors. So next up is number 7, and this is called Mysterious Girl, and it's a very deep, pretty, true gray color. And I don't own anything like this, so I'm very excited to try this one out. So this kit currently retails for $39.99 on Amazon, and there is a $8 off coupon, which makes it $31.99. And next up is going to be number 6, and this is a very pretty taupe color. So I would say a brownish gray, so something a little bit in between the last 2 that I showed you, but very, very gorgeous. I don't have anything like this in my collection, so I'm really excited to try stuff out of my comfort zone. So this shade here is number 10, and on Amazon it is called Follow Your Heart. And I would say this is a very light tan shade, and don't worry, I will not be putting this on like my last mani fail. I don't plan on using this probably unless I'm going to use it as an accent nail. One thing that I thought was really nice about this kit is it does come with a clear. Now personally, I don't typically do clears on top of my color, so I did not use the clear, so I can't say how it is. That's just me. I do use clear on top of my glitters, so if I do try out one of their glitters in the future, then I will absolutely give the clear a try. And last but not least is number 3, and this is called Stay Young. It is such a beautiful neutral pink, but still perfect for summer, perfect for spring. Of course, you saw at the beginning of the video, this is what I'm going to try out today. I'm a sucker for pinks. I know you guys love pinks, so I'm gonna go with this one. So here are the 5 colors swatched. I actually swatched these for the first time underneath the swatch, and Miranda from Miranda's Nail Creations has a video on how to do that. I followed her instructions, and it is so much faster to not have to buff on top of the nail, so I might do that for all of my future dip powders coming in. But so far, I am really loving these colors. I think they're gonna be gorgeous for fall, really pretty for winter, and just great neutral shades. So I do have a layer of peel base on my nails. For review videos, I typically like to do peel base just in case it's a mess and I want to take it off immediately. So if you want to watch how to prep your nails for them to last, I will have that video linked down below. So to start, I'm going to use my toothpick and stir up my powder. This just makes sure that the color pigment is consistent. And I also have a napkin here to wipe my brush off on. So the liquid size is 0.34 fluid ounces, and they remind me of those little Kiss dip powder kits from Walmart and CVS. And it doesn't bother me, it's a travel size, so I would be curious to try out their full size liquid set. And overall, the smell is not overpowering. It does remind me of other dip powder kits that I've tried. And it does look like that the liquid consistency is going to be thin, so I'm intrigued to see how it's gonna go. So it does take some practice, some trial and error, getting used to new liquid sets. And immediately I can tell that the brush is a little bit firmer than what I'm used to, and sometimes that just means it needs to loosen up a little bit, and it can loosen up as I go on. So I'm gonna see if it starts to fan out a little bit better as I keep going. So the instructions do not state to wipe your brush off on a napkin, but I do that for all of my liquids, so I am going to follow that for me personally. And dipping into the powder, I'm very impressed. It doesn't feel gritty. It feels very fluffy and like a really nice quality. I do have a great coverage on the nail, and it seems pretty thin to me, so I'm impressed. So I'm gonna go on and do 3 full dips on all of my fingers because that's my typical MO, and I just wanna stay true to how I would normally use a dip powder kit. So now that I've done 3 nails, I will say I don't think that the brush is going to loosen up. I think it's very dense. You can see it's a little bit thick, and the length of the bristles being a little bit shorter, maybe because it's a travel size, is making it where it doesn't really want to fan out as easily as I'm used to. It's not a huge deal, it's just something that I'm noticing, and I personally would actually really like to try out their full-size liquids. Maybe the bristles are a little bit longer, but overall I really enjoy the consistency of the liquid. It's very thin and the powder is going on beautifully. So I always feel like I have that one nail where I'm like, what in the world what in the world happened? And poor Pinky, she's the little one today who's gonna have to suffer because you'll see in this next part right here, for some reason I must not have put the liquid on good enough, and so I'm gonna have to go over her with a little bit more love and make sure it gets better coverage. All right, first layer is done, and overall I am very impressed. I can't wait to see what this color is gonna look like. Okay, so let's dust off the powder with our adorable dusting brush. I kind of want like 10 more of these, maybe some for my makeup and like 100 more to dust off with because it's so cute. And it actually works really nicely. It's dusting the powder and not too soft. So now we're going to go in and do our second layer, just being careful not to get this product on our skin and our cuticle area. And let's see how the second layer goes. And although the instructions do not state to use a toothpick to clean around your cuticle area, it's just a personal preference of mine to make sure I don't have any product on my skin. So now we can help out poor hot mess Pinky and get some better coverage. I never worry when powder doesn't really stick right on the first layer. It's not a big deal. You can just go over it again with a second layer or even a third if it's necessary. So we're gonna fix her up. So if you're wanting to have a lighter pink look or even a sheer, you could absolutely stop after 2 dips and do a third dip of the clear dip powder. And I personally am looking for a little bit more coverage than that, so I will be doing the third dip. All right, our second layer is done and we're gonna move on to our third. So far, I'm still very impressed with the liquid and the powder. I, again, don't care for the brush itself, but overall, I would absolutely suggest this kit. I think it's a great quality. I think the liquid is very thin, so that's gonna keep your nails still looking very natural and not too bulky, so 2 thumbs up from me. So I do want to talk about some things that are missing from this kit that you do need to keep in mind so you have it on hand if you decide to purchase this. So one thing that's missing is a file and a buffing block. It's not a big deal at all because I already have those things on hand, but just something to remember. So if you're purchasing this kit as a, starter kit and you're just wanting to learn, be sure that you grab a file and a buffing block. Another thing to keep in mind is you may want to have a pH prep or a dehydrator already on hand because this particular kit does not come with one. So if you suffer from lifting or you have oily nail beds, definitely be sure to prep your nails before you start application. They also offer some other little kits that have other 6-pack colors, so if these colors aren't up your alley, you could definitely go on Amazon and find some other ones that they have available. Alright, so third layer is done. We are going to dust off and move on to Activator. So just a little tip here, I am going to get as much liquid off my brush as possible, and as you can see, I do have some liquid up here on the rim, and with your napkin, all you have to do is just wipe it off real quick, and that's going to prevent your bottle from getting sealed shut. Alright, so I'm going to move on to Activator. I'm going to apply a very generous amount across all of my nails, and this is what's going to harden and activate the dip powder so I can move on to filing. Okay, so I've got my 180 grit nail file here. I'm just going to go around and reshape my nails. And I feel like this is kind of like the true test to a dip powder kit, is how fast and how easy filing and buffing is. And so far you can see I am barely doing any filing, any shaping, and you'll see the same goes for buffing. So that just goes to show the liquid is very thin, I don't have lumps and bumps, and the powder laid down beautifully. Alright, now with my buffing block, I am just going to buff my nails smooth, and I am not seeing any color being removed with my buffing block, so that's a really great sign. And overall, again, I'm still really enjoying these powders. I don't have a lot of work I have to do with buffing and filing, and that is a huge one for me, so 2 thumbs up there. So I'm going to finish buffing the rest of my nails, and I'll see y'all in a minute. Alright, I'm going to dust off with my adorable little dusting brush. I'm totally obsessed with this brush if you couldn't tell already. And this is where I want to talk with you guys. Look how thin my nails are. I'm obsessed with this color. I'm so sad I put Peel Base on. But let's chat for a second about these instructions. Alright, so right here at step 9, this is where we're at. We just finished filing, and now we are supposed to go straight into step 10, which is top coat. And I've never seen that before. I have always seen to do another step of activator. So just as an extra precaution, I'm terrified, so I am going to use a napkin and clean off really, really good and make sure I don't have any extra powder or any activator left on there. And I have heard that activator is kind of like a cleaning agent, so I've seen other companies suggest to use it as a dehydrator. So I'm very curious to see how this is gonna go. I'm hoping it doesn't get super hard and gunky on me, so let's see how this works out. So I'm just looking at the consistency, and it does look to be very thin, just like their base, so I'm very impressed so far with that. The smell is not overpowering, and let's see how the shine is. You guys, oh my gosh, do you see that shine? That's one layer. Like, I am shook. Look at how shiny it was. I am obsessed. Like, this might be right up there with Sparkling Co's 2.0. It is so shiny. I'm like blown away right now by this little top coat. Is anyone else blown away right now? Like, this is one layer. You would think that was 2. I can't get over the shine on that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so after 60 seconds, we can move on to doing our second and final layer. I am so blown away and speechless. Look at how shiny this top coat is. It is so shiny. I really would like to try out their full-size liquids. I'm very impressed with how thin the base was, how shiny the top is, the quality of the powders. I would absolutely love to see what other colors they have, maybe give their glitters a try. I'm just overall super impressed and sad that I have peel base on right now. So I feel like this is the most honest way I can show you. I went on and did my other hand. I love the liquids, love the colors. I can't get over it. Like, I'm just blown away. Such a little tiny kit has such great quality products in it, and I think the price is really fair. Plus it comes on Amazon, so who doesn't love shopping on Amazon? And now I'm just following up with my favorite cuticle oil. You guys know I'm obsessed with this stuff. It is from Candi's Skincare, and it's the Tropi Waii scent, so it smells just like the tanning oil. I really need to try out some other scents because she has such an amazing variety on her website. If you want to save $5 on your first purchase, you can click my link down below. I promise you will not regret it. All right, I am all done, and you guys can probably already tell. If this was a hit or miss, it is absolutely a huge hit. I love it. I totally suggest for you guys to try it. They did have other kits, so if these colors aren't your faves, then go check them out. I will have everything linked down below. I'm just speechless, blown away. The shine, the quality, everything was so amazing. If you guys want to see those swatches outside, it's on this next little clip right here. And you can see all of the colors are gorgeous. Please let me know down below, have you already tried this brand out? Why haven't I? And what were some of your favorite colors? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.